Hello and welcome everyone, right about now at my own channel here at Blackadder's Place. I'm gonna be right about now heading into another match today. This time it's not going to be RTS League. It's going to be a bit different from AOL Destroyers Summer Championship. It's gonna be round 2, the last match there. From that round, best of 5 between Bubes, aka matreiuss, and Skady. So that's gonna be quite an interesting matchup. Skady is gonna be choosing the map first, if I understood it correctly. And if they did it that way, and, well, apparently it's going to be in the matreiuss. So he's going to be taking the first Tundra with Loki, and against him it's going to be playing Skady with Zeus. So let's see how they're going to be doing. And how this is going to be right now coming for them. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a switch after all the team game streams that you got to witness at Twitch TV/RTS League that I was casting today. So now he's going to be switching into a bit more... No, that's how to say it, not exactly casual, but it's usually a bit easier casting 1v1 games as there's not much going on, as opposed to the team games that are having action all across the map and all over the map. And since I've been already casting for quite a bit of time today, then I might be taking a bit of refreshments in here in the middle, somewhere in between, you're gonna be seeing. So in case I'm not gonna be talking all that much, then that's gonna be kind of the reason. Yeah, yet again on 2-minute delay, so if you're gonna be wanting to react and everything like that, and waiting for my reaction, then it's gonna be a bit delayed. As of course the gold right about now for Bubes is gonna be reasonably alright. And of course the tournament settings are, if you haven't been watching this tournament too much, as it has been going on in the past weeks, then, well, they cannot repeat gods in the same match. So you're gonna be seeing quite a lot of different things by the players. He's already heading forward for a bit of scouting there, and all the way to the top you're gonna be watching what Skady's base is. A lot of food, gold, good TC, combined with the gold. Otherwise the TC is not that stellar, but combined with the gold, it's actually quite something. So let's see how his Zeus is going to be, as he's having those goats quite a bit closer than they should be, as you definitely need to be having a bit of space between the goats and the TC, so that your villagers don't have to be going all around. As he's gonna be heading obviously for the wood. It's gonna be standard build order so far for him, though the gold is slightly tricky, because the towers are too far away from it to basically properly protect it. So I'm certainly seeing a bit of opportunity how to abuse it, unless he's gonna be dropping a bit of wall in the middle, which I kinda think is gonna happen. He's probably gonna be doing it a bit later. Yeah, so right now the storehouse is also coming from the back here. And yeah, well, so far seems like a pretty solid map, as he does have one Oroch. One? That almost seems to me that the second didn't spawn, maybe. Unless it's gonna be the same for the opponent, then it's slightly suspicious. And welcome TGD, welcome to your stream. I bet everybody's gonna be having fun with this late game and late stream that we're gonna be having here. Yeah, this is not Age of Empires 2 today. You're gonna be having just some Age of Mythology here. But maybe you're gonna be enjoying this as well, as the games are not really that different from each other. Just, of course, up to personal preference, if you're gonna be liking a bit more the historical setting of the medieval ages in there, or the middle ages, or if you're gonna be liking a bit more the ancient setting of mythology. But overall, pretty similar games, and they, of course, do have quite a similar high following. All the way on the left, that's gonna be the TC that's a front for Skady. That's not exactly going to be so far giving him anything all that much, just the gold potentially. It's gonna be depending a bit later if this woodline is gonna be coming all around it, or what's actually gonna happen with it. Not entirely certain so far about that. But otherwise the front TC for Bubes on the right flank, aka matreiuss, then it seems to be reasonably okay, considering that we are on Tundra, which is of course signified by having gods all across the map and in the middle here. Then, well, seems reasonably okay, because this is, for example, this is not a bad combination. This one is not too far away, so he's gonna be playing it properly. It doesn't have to be that much of an end of the world. So far though, he's not exactly protecting the gold into the front here too much. It's gonna be probably coming a bit later, maybe some military barracks or anything, but he needs to be careful, because obviously his opponent is gonna be advancing rather quickly. Can see he's gonna be taking his time, even 2 more villages here, so he's advancing about like 5 minutes at this point. So that's kind of curious. So all the way to the bottom, this is going to be resulting into the temple being quite close by to the base. And this is actually fairly interesting, because both are gonna be approaching it defensively. Skady is gonna be worried about the Hersir aggression, and Bubes is gonna be worried about Athena rush. So that's why he's building the temple so close right about now to his home base. Doesn't exactly want to be caught off guard in there. But nonetheless, that's gonna be the Athena, and it is gonna be an Athena rush. Yes, thank you very much. That's exactly what I was waiting for and looking forward to. So where is he gonna be building it? Maybe that's the reason why he doesn't want to be bothering with protecting the gold. But at the same time, one of the defenses against Athena rush is trying to basically force the opponent to defend against you. So he basically will be needing to send at least a few units back. So I'm kind of curious how this is gonna be following through. Now it's gonna be looking. So far there's at least that one herself from Bubes, who's advancing through 430, already gonna be in a few seconds. So like 440 advance, fairly standard, with Jason just moving ahead. And so far, of course, this huge surplus of Hunt all the way onto the right is gonna be significantly helpful. Thing is that he needs to be continuing right about now scouting with this guy, as he's discovering the relic for... No, the Golden Lights, actually that's a good relic to be had for Athena rush, because any kind of unit is helpful in there. But Bolt is already in, and it's gonna be resulting into the dead Herser in here already for Skady, and that's kind of interesting idea. I mean, like, he doesn't need to be worried about the troll too much. The troll is usually easy to kill by either, maybe even Jason, because he's not too fast. 3.6, Jason is not really that much of a runner himself. Still, Odysseus could be mopping up no problem, and at this point, of course, he just needs to be keeping his opponent all the way to the bottom for the sole reason, so that he doesn't exactly scout what exactly is gonna happen, what kind of variant of Athena rush it is going to be, and that's the protection of the gold. Interestingly, still Road there, could have been completely blocking it. He's not playing against a Thor or Odin, so the Freya is not exactly in. But nonetheless, Odysseus is prepared. We're not gonna be seeing any extra Minotaurs. There's no kind of favor gathering going on at this point at all, as all the way onto the right flank, of course, the Minotaur, he has been basically just brazing and grazing across, and beside the Auroch, he's gonna be having to fly away, as Odysseus and Jason are gonna be helping him. Yep, there certainly will be, as there's gonna be a bit of raiding all the way to the top, and this troll is pretty much dead. Just gonna be right now depending on Odysseus on anything else, but oh, this hurts. Yeah, you can definitely see what exactly happened right about now for Skady. He was realizing that he needs to be sending heroes through Troll, but unfortunately, exactly at the time where the Minotaur was heading back into Hersirs, and he just basically didn't realize that quickly enough. As Odysseus is gonna be right about now spied, that's actually quite a good idea, because he's gonna be having usually quite a good last in life, even though last in life for like 1-2 fights, because Bubes will be wanting to kill him as soon as possible. Because he's gonna be killing his own mythical units. Much more importantly, he's also quite costly, so he wants to be getting rid of him and force the opponent into spending quite a lot of resources. As this is basically quite a nice idea by Bubes yet again, because that's what you want to be doing, what I said a bit earlier. You want to defend against Athena rush by trying to force the opponent to defend rather than attack. So right now, with the tower being gone, this gold is gonna be suddenly wide open, as the other tower is quite far away. No, if that wasn't the Ainea, it could have been really fought. But right about now, it cannot be anymore. And what I was talking about a bit earlier, that Scout needs to be scouting on the left side. The reason for that was exactly save hunt, because this is not entirely like a save hunt. He needed a hunt on the left side, which is, to be honest, not safe either, because of the heresies in that. So far, very well played by Matreiuss. So a few hoplites all around, right now running around. You can see potentially open watchtower on the bottom side. The one to the top side is basically blocked off, so it's not gonna be exactly that dangerous. Right about now here, this little raid in, and he's apparently gonna be even caught up altogether. Yeah, good maneuvering by Bubes. Really good maneuvering indeed, and very good blockage. Very good blockage. Even more hit points right now. This is gonna be costing, for example, this Toxodas. He's gonna be dying completely. The second is just gonna be waiting for the hack at the back with only 1 hit point. Quite nicely done, but the army is of course getting a bit stronger here as well for Skady, as he's getting the archers going, and there's gonna be another archer, and no, well, interesting decision, but he's kind of playing it not exactly for complete and utter distraction on the first attack, it seems to me, because otherwise he will be going for a few more hoplites and to close it up, but he wants to be getting a few more archers to be able to deal with the enemy army a bit more confidently, and I'm gonna be curious how Bubes is gonna be deciding to deal with this. Because one of the best options how to deal with Athena rush is trying to get flame weapons. You can see he's exactly going there. 400 food, 600 gold. So he really seems to be heading that way to me. Still having at least a few golds. The gold is 800. Still not too bad. Still something that can be working for him. This is heading to me And how's it looking? Into a massive all-in for Skady. Because if he's gonna be able to take the TC before he gets heroic, then he's gonna be winning. But if not, then he's losing. I'm thinking this is really heading into massive all-in. I don't know if he's actually realizing it fully yet, but it seems to be heading that way from what we've seen from both players so far, what they are doing. So right about now, well, he's gonna be just trying to get rid of the towers in there, and he certainly can be already sending a few of those guys from the backside. So right about now, 2 sides from the tower are certainly enough. Maybe even the 1 would have been enough. The bonus damage from the hoppets is really huge, and the towers don't have that many hit points. 550, even the wooden wall is having more hit points at that point. So open on gold. That's actually a pretty good idea. And where's the second gold? Here or there? So quite far away, wide open. You can see that the bottom Bubes is doing exactly the same thing to Skady as what he was doing to him. So quite nicely done. You can see gold still 1200 there left, and the gold on the right flank is kinda alright. A bit closer than what actually Bubes is having all the way to the bottom. So right about now, they're gonna be sitting on the gold mines, it seems to me. As Heroic Age is getting inevitably closer to Bubes. So he needs to be already dropping an armor. He is. And it seems to me that he actually might be exactly having the timing well. And well going for him. I think it might be actually quite fine. So at this point, it's looking rather promising for Bubes. He needs to be basically surviving the next about 1.5 to 2 minutes, and he's gonna be done. As his opponents having already medium hoplites, good upgrade to be had. How's it looking with the archers? Where do we have some dudes? There they are. They don't seem upgraded. No, they're not. So, Heroic Age coming for Bubes. He needs to be getting houses to get some kind of mythical units out of the flaming weapons, but shouldn't be really needed all that much. The flaming weapons should be enough of a destructive force at this point, as there is a bit of raiding, or actually not raiding, this is hunting. Oh well, this is a good idea, because that's the last place where Bubes is gonna be looking for him, especially looking at how it's quite nicely cut off from him. So it's not even a hunt that even Bubes would be coming for, as Bragi is in at 41%, and Skady. Clock is ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Tick-tock. Quite a bit at this point, because once this is gonna be coming forward, then the flaming weapons and even kind of like the measly army that he's having is gonna be good enough. As you can see, secondary temple, so that he can be even surviving in case he's gonna be attacked on the temple. I think this is much more like prevention of this one getting lost, so that he still does get the free piggy. And yep, you can see the Bragi is gonna be in, and it's gonna be really horrifying news right about now for Skady, as that is exactly what you need to be getting. So Heroic is in. Right about now, Skady is gonna be sweating profusely of what's going to be right now following through. And what he needs to be right now doing is pretty much just basically try to raid his opponent around, because full-on engagement he just cannot win at this point. He's gonna be losing that one, and he just needs to be basically just outraiding the opponent, completely destroying the economy, and try to force the opponent into flaming weapons and just basically running him around, and in the meantime hope for a bit of at least raiding. So this is not looking like a flame weapons yet, but it could be soon if there's gonna be some more army coming from Skady. Actually, Bubes is already going for it. I'm thinking he didn't have to. I think he shouldn't have to, rather. Thinking it was way too soon, especially since the piggy was coming in. That would be just complete destruction. So right about now, suddenly, it's looking not that lost for Skady, because right about now exactly what we said needs to be happening. He just needs to be running around, trying to chase at least the bit of army around here and after him, and the rest of it should be going for a bit of raiding into the middle. I'm thinking this one shouldn't be going back. It should be just basically going for the raiding, just splitting the army and suffering a few losses. I mean, like, you can see the flaming weapons are already 40 seconds off without doing anything at all, so that's not much of a problem with this. Yeah, so on the left flank is maybe gonna be losing. No, the military economy would be hurtful, because he has only one, with even stable on top of that in there. Some idle toxotite to the top side could be definitely helpful in the fight. As the flame weapons are gone, and suddenly, since he didn't even use the restoration, there is a pretty good chance that he's gonna be able to right now go for the TC. It's not entirely impossible. Economy for Bubes, of course, is gonna be all over the place at this point, especially since he's gonna be losing tons of economy all across the place. Gonna be trying to drop a temple, and I think he's gonna be going hardcore on the gold and trying to basically outspam with the piggies. You can see pickaxe there. As there is legitimately a problem for the Greek. He's gonna be having a huge issue dealing with that, especially since he doesn't have even centaurs. So I'm expecting big problems. Only Odysseus and Jason is not enough against like 5-6 piggies. Just gonna be getting completely wrecked. So right about now, he either needs to be committing into a proper rush and just basic destruction of the enemy base, or he needs to be getting into a heroic age for... No, kinda tough to say. I'm kinda tempted to say manticores a bit, as they are not too bad against, for example, piggies, because they're just shooters. And the spread damage is rather helpful in there. Not to miss them. But anyway, even Hydras would be kind of helpful, but still, looking at all those Heresiers, I'm kind of thinking that the Manticores would be slightly better into the battle in there. But nonetheless, Odysseus is getting Olympic parentage for quarter hit points more at this point for him. As of course, the hunt here is gonna be a surprise for Bubes, I'm expecting at this point. Whereas on the left side, quite a good trade in. You can see the lone hoplite killing the ox cart. That's exactly what you need to be doing to basically stop the economy altogether on that part. At this point, as on the right flank, she's gonna be right about now, resulting into the second TC. No, that's a decision. Now that is a decision. I don't know. Still kind of thinking it would be maybe slightly better to go heroic age, but who knows? Maybe he's gonna be doing the correct thing here. Let's see what plan he has. He's a quite skilled player, so he's gonna be knowing what he's doing and what his plan is at this point. Okay, right now this is not looking great for Skady at all. Yeah, he's getting at least the second TC in here, he's killing one of the piggies. Problem is that he really has having right now struggle with the heroes. He's getting the Jason up. That's gonna be helpful, for example, against the Aenear, but the piggies are just gonna be incredibly soon coming. Well, soon all the time. You can see there are plenty of gold mines that Bubes could be coming for all the time. I'm really thinking this is gonna be what he really is aiming for. Just a bit of raiding on the left flank. Gonna be coming for the gold, it seems to me. As Bubes is at least sending the ox cart already back. He's realizing what potentially could be going on in here, and somebody didn't shift click properly. But he at least noticed, and therefore he's gonna be able to continue with the game. And piggies are in defensive restoration, so the chance of basically destroying the opponent completely are gone. But quite frankly, they were gone as soon as there was more than one battle boar. And that was always going to be the issue for him. So let's check on the resources. 530 gold only for Bubes. He's having a bit of a struggle with that. 700 and 300, so he's aiming right now at least for the heroic age. So if Skady is gonna be surviving long enough into the heroic age, I'm thinking that he still does have a chance. He still does have a chance, as always at this point. This temple, no, well, that could be destroyed, that's no problem. But Bubes, what is he actually right now hoping for? I wonder. Is he researching something? Medium infantry, copper shields. Yeah, that if he's actually having those two in line, that's a valid reason to be trying to avoid the fight at this point. Because those are really important upgrades, looking especially at the numbers. That will be significantly helping him, but he needs to be getting a few more piggies into the lines. It's gonna be one piggy there, and how was it looking with pop limit? No, he does have a lot. But he doesn't have Heresiers. He's having literally only 2 Heresiers, so he needs to be getting a few Hers for the battle. But he's apparently switching into horses. That's a fairly interesting decision. I mean, like, he's gonna be losing the Heresiers, but still, if the battle is gonna be going at least not tragically, he's gonna be getting like 1-2 piggies maybe somewhere there. If he's completely unlucky, he's gonna be getting a few Valkyries and whatever like that. But still, even a single pig is gonna be making so much of a difference in there that I'm not entirely positive that he shouldn't be trying to get a bit more. But nonetheless, he's hoping that this is gonna be into in the horses. Problem is that if he's not gonna be upgrading them, then Toxotai shred even the horses for the Norse in the classical age. So that's kind of why I'm not entirely all that thrilled about their inclusion. I mean, like, I understand the idea, but he's gonna be needing a lot more upgrades to be making them actually viable. I don't think that only copper shields is gonna be enough, as the Toxotai are really good. But there he goes. This is gonna be right now the Mythical Age army, or the Mythical Unit army, and that's exactly the weakness. The weakness of the Greeks, that not everybody is actually abusing all that much, and I'm thinking actually by not everybody, I'm thinking like almost nobody is abusing that weakness. Because they're having literally, for example, in here, when they are staying in the classic only 2 heroes, and you can see exactly what kind of huge problem it is. As Greeks are supposed to be countering Greek mythical units by their own mythical units, that's why they all across the game are having bonuses against each other, and basically Greeks are set up to be having easiest access to the mythical units. and like basically on command rather, the access on command on them. But no gathering of favor, it's gonna be bronze exactly on cue, that was actually good. And right about now, the missing Hersirs are gonna be a problem, because the Hydra exactly into the back is a huge problem, because over 60% melee armor, and if she's gonna be able to kill enough hit points, then, well, those extra heads, she's gonna be becoming more and more dangerous, and I'm thinking we're gonna be seeing at least 2, maybe even 3 from her, as there are not all that many units that can be actually destroying her. And this Hillfort seems rather risky, but he needs to be actually going for that, because the front TC, he needs to be protecting it. Even though he could be probably at this point quite easily going in for the one, for the enemy, if he wanted to. There's a bit of small raiding all the way into the right flank, but nothing all that major. Just kind of looking if the villagers are just going for willy fighting. Nope, they were just finishing with the hunt. A bit more here, it seems to me at least. As you can see, quite nice postage of Skady. As he said, having basic units on one position in here. And is he patrolling between those two? I think he is. Let's see. I'm really curious about this one, if he's basically just patrolling between those. Because patrol is really heavily underused in Age of Mythology. Where is he right about now going? Oh no, he wasn't. No, so he wasn't, unfortunately. But patrol is something that, he's gonna be apparently step to that, is something that should be used a whole lot more. I mean, like in Age of Empires stories having even different uses, and it's really having kind of like slightly system breaking uses in there, and that's why it is used. But here in Age of Mythology, I don't think he has that many exact usages as in Age of Empires, but still, it is quite a good thing, and really could be helpful, for example, in some kind of like scouting like this. Nonetheless, Odysseus is already in. Heavy archers are gonna be in as well, that's gonna be quite a solid danger, as Bubes is quite low on resources. Skady is a whole lot better off, so at this point, the game is definitely swinging into Skady's favor at this point, and oh, there is a bit of an escape to the left side, but not much. Not exactly too much. At this point for him. So you can see copper and, well, basically double copper for him. Medium throwing axeman with copper shields in here for the blue player. And it's gonna be right now at least forcing the opponent back for the time being. But this is actually looking like a good opportunity for Skady to be maybe even getting the front TC if he can by a few villages here, just to counter or to capture this gold and prevent all those gold mines all around. Thing is, you can see Bubes paying attention. Maybe with just a few too units in there. Few too many units rather. That's a bit better English in there for the moment. So all the way to the bottom is gold. I think it is actually a lot relying on it for Bubes. Still having 4,000 actually available. He's gonna be trying to right now protect it by a hill fort. As Hera is already in, that's gonna be in massacre. And it's gonna be complete massacre for Bubes when that actually comes in. So let's have a look at that. And this is definitely looking unlikely that he's gonna be able to finish it. No, unlikely. I mean, like, not completely impossible, looking at the amount of mythical units still. I wonder if actually Skady is even making Heracles. I mean, like, Heracles is usually a hero you don't make too much unless you are swimming in resources. First, he's expensive on the food, and food you usually can be using on other opportunities and other things. Wolves are certainly not helping here. Oh, this guy, you were too brave for your own good in there. Now, it's all the way to the bottom here. It's kind of lost a bit of a threat of what I was continuing to be saying. Oh, Heracles. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Heracles, that is quite expensive, so you usually basically just make him only in the late game. Or when you are having some weird specific situation. And he's also kind of slow. But right about now, with the lightning storm, yep, it's gonna be a straight GG for pretty good reason. And, well, this tactical battle, this was really quite some chess. This was quite some chess at this point. And in the end, it's gonna be coming for Skady. Well, maybe didn't expect that all that much when actually Bubes was able to dodge the bullet with the proper attack into him with the Athena rush. But still, nicely done. And Skady is gonna be taking the lead in the match with his Zeus against Matreiuss's Loki. Okay, so in the post games, he's gonna be right about now Skady with quite a good score all around. Can see the economy, of course, is gonna be like miles better for him. There's no question about that, especially with the second TC being captured there. So in the end, it actually worked out, as Bubes just wasn't able to find an opening to properly punish him with all the piggies there. So good job by Skady on trying to, or rather on forcing the opponent to run around and not doing enough damage that he needed to win. Medium throwing X-Men 32, double amount of Toxotai in there. But also 9 battle boars and only 1 Minotaur. So, yeah. Yeah, the civilians obviously here. The difference with military units, quite a solid difference indeed for the whole time for Skady. He just wasn't able to find a proper opening for the push with the Athena, or with the restoration. And in the end, we have seen the result. So, GG, well that was a jump. He got some upgrades in there. Maybe he just didn't have upgrades like the whole game and then he got them at the end. That's certainly a possibility. Certainly is. But GG.